Hello students, today we are going to establish the relation between uniform circular motion and simple harmonic motion. Uniform circular motion and simple harmonic motion. How can it be studied? So for that we consider one particle, say particle P, which is revolving along the circumference of circle, suppose this circle, in anti-clockwise sense with angular velocity omega, and the radius of circular path is suppose a. This particle can be called as here a reference particle P. It is performing uniform circular motion. Now we start its UCM from the point which is y dash. Here we have taken x dash is the diameter as well as y dash is the diameter. Suppose at some position the particle P is at P0. We can draw here the position vector OP0. If we show or if we draw perpendicular on x dash, then here foot of perpendicular is denoted by M0. Now the particle is continuously moving or revolving. Here the new position is P1. We can show here radius vector by OP1. Again draw perpendicular. Foot of perpendicular is M1. Here like this. Similarly the next position is P2. Foot of perpendicular is M2. When particle reaches to X, the M also reaches to X. Then particle continues its motion. Suppose its new position is P3. Again draw perpendicular for this position vector. New foot of perpendicular is M3. Then P4, new foot of perpendicular is M4, like this. When particle P is at Y, then this reference this particle, this foot of perpendicular can be shown by M, like this. We can show the motions of P and position M. So here P0, P1, P2 represent position of reference particle, and M0, M1, M2 represents the motion of this foot of perpendicular. So here M can be a foot of perpendicular, and we represent or we imagine there is a particle. That particle can be called as a projection particle. So here the word projection is used deliberately to have the geometrical significance here. For that we consider one diagram, simple diagram. Suppose there is a vector AB. We want its projection on x-axis. Then we can draw here x-axis. If we draw perpendicular from B, if it touches at point say M, then it intersects at point M, then AM is projection of AB on x-axis. If it is asked that what is the projection of AB on y-axis, then we can draw here y-axis. We can draw perpendicular. It intersects at point Q. Q is called as foot of perpendicular of this AB vector or AB line. Then AQ is projection of AB on y-axis. So projection is taken as the coordinate on that axis. So AN is x coordinate of B. It represents projection of AB on x-axis. AQ represents the y coordinate of AB or B point. It represents projection of AB on y-axis. In our discussion, when we consider P0 position, its position vector is OP0. We have drawn perpendicular on x dash. Here M0 is the point of intersection. It is foot of perpendicular. And if we take this much distance, means ON0, it can be projection of this OP0, and M0, this foot of perpendicular, we observe that it is moving like this along positive x-axis. It can be imagined as projection particle here, or simply also we can say it is foot of perpendicular. We can show here two sets of moments for particle, reference particle as well as projection particle. Projection particle, it is denoted by M, reference particle by P. We have observed that reference particle moves from y dash to x. Then M particle, means projection particle or foot of perpendicular, appears to move from O to x. O to x. If reference particle moves from x to y, projection particle moves from x to O. Now you easily tell by considering the geometry of projection, when reference particle moves from y to x dash along the circumference, then this projection particle moves from this O point to x dash. And here suppose we show one of the positions, say P2, P4, P5, P6, P7, P8, like this, and then finally it reaches at y dash, from x dash to y dash. Then particle M, means foot of perpendicular, appears to move from x dash to O. So reference particle has completed its motion along the circumference. It is one revolution, and foot of perpendicular or projection particle has completed one set of movements. It is called as one oscillation, or it is called as one vibration. As its velocity is constant, in uniform circular motion, it is UCM for reference particle. For projection particle, it is the harmonic motion, because particle P continuously moves along the circumference of circle. Continuously there is to and fro motion for the particle M. It can be repeated, it is periodic motion, it can be represented by harmonic function, it is the harmonic motion, and we have to show it is the simple harmonic motion by considering the geometry of figure. Here you have to note one point, that when projection particle is considered, we observe projection particle, it continuously moves to and fro when reference particle moves along the circumference of circle. So this is simple relation between, or qualitative relation between UCM and SHM we have to show by geometry. How can we show? In the second figure, again we show the diameter by x dash, origin by, or its center of circle by O, another diameter by y dash, and particle is same reference particle revolving with angular velocity omega, radius of circular path by A. Same situation we have to show in the another diagram. If P0 is initial position, that we have observed at time 0, means at the start the position is P0 and the angular displacement is denoted by phi. Now for this situation we have to show the next time interval or next time instant by t. Position of particle is P. It can be here P, and at time t, as the angular velocity is omega, this angular displacement can be omega t. So the total angle here is omega t plus phi. It can be a theta. Now we have to draw perpendicular on x dash. It intersects at point M. So in the first diagram we have shown various positions like P0, P1, here P0, P1, P2 like this. Now for the expression and for the derivation of expression we have shown any position, say P, not the positions like different positions P1, P2, P3. Here we have shown like this. M is foot of perpendicular, and we know this foot of perpendicular is M. OM is projection of OP. Here OP is a vector, its magnitude is A, and from the geometry of figure this angle is omega t plus phi. It can be equal to theta. Now from this diagram we can write various relations here like this. We write here OM is projection of OP on XX dash. Angle OPM is equal to theta is equal to omega t plus phi. From triangle OPM, or simply we write the projection OM is equal to OP sin theta or OP sin omega t plus phi, because x upon a is equal to sin omega t plus phi. So OM is equal to a, OP is radius, sin omega t plus phi, and as we know OM is the x coordinate of position P, x is equal to a sin omega t plus phi. This relation we have obtained by calculus method when we have derived the displacement of particle performing SHM. Here x by geometry it is called as, it is denoted by OM. It represents projection of OP on XX dash. Its magnitude is x. It is the x component of position P, but it represents the displacement of particle M from O, or displacement of projection particle from mean position. O can be called as here mean position, from mean position. So this is the description which we have used in simple harmonic motion. We conclude here that M is the particle or foot of perpendicular performing simple harmonic motion, because its motion can be represented by the trigonometric function sine. There is single function sine. It repeats after equal intervals of time. Therefore, the motion of M is simple harmonic motion, while the motion of P is uniform circular motion. Why we have concluded it is simple harmonic motion? Because it is indicated by single sine function and its motion repeats when P continuously performs the uniform circular motion that we have taken for the observation. So when we observe for some time interval, the motions are repeated, UCM is repeated, simultaneously simple harmonic motion is repeated. Here OM is projection of OP. From this geometry we have obtained this relation, say equation number 1. We conclude that simple harmonic motion, the whole motion is projection of uniform circular motion on any of its diameter. So geometrically and by taking such steps, obtaining such relation, here the steps are simple. We have to make one descriptive statement for that description or explanation like this. Actually it is simple. OM is projection of OP on XX dash. But we have to conclude that the whole motion is SHM is projection of UCM on any of its diameter, because as we have shown the displacement is X is the projection of the position vector of OP. I can write here, it is projection of position vector of OP. Similarly, here as we have shown for displacement, it is also we can show for velocity. For velocity as well as acceleration also we can show such projections on the diameter. So here as a whole we say that SHM is projection of UCM on any of its diameter. So this is about the relationship between UCM and SHM. Now we consider the equation for the simple harmonic motion, expression of displacement of simple harmonic motion, and write some terms here from that equation. X is equal to A sin omega t plus phi. Here the path of SHM can be shown here. X dash is the path of SHM. The maximum displacement from the mean position is shown by letter A. Here radius of circular path is A. Here there may be displacements having values from 0 to A. Means 0 is the minimum value, maximum value is A, and any value can be denoted by X or any letter say Y. A is our first quantity, that is called as amplitude of SHM. It represents the maximum displacement from the mean position. Related to amplitude, there is another quantity is path of SHM. It is equal to twice A. So O to X, or say from X to O to X dash, this is path. In this figure it is X dash or X dash. So this is the path of SHM, or it is also called as path length. Instead of path of SHM, we call it as path length of SHM. So this is the simple definition. Actually, this is the revising point. Now the second definition is related to period. It is denoted by T. This definition also you are familiar with this definition. It is the time required to complete one oscillation or one vibration of a particle. Then T can be expressed as twice pi upon omega. This omega, the constant, you know, we can write it like this: omega square is equal to k upon m. From our first demonstrating experiment, that is spring mass oscillator, k is force constant we have taken there, or spring constant we have taken there. K upon m, k is force, it is defined as force per unit displacement. Force per unit displacement and divided by mass, k upon m. So force upon mass represents acceleration. So the whole expression can be written as acceleration per unit displacement. So this is the description for omega square is equal to k upon m. We write here omega square can be acceleration per unit displacement or ratio of force per unit displacement upon mass. So try to understand this ratio which is equated with omega square. So omega can be equal to under root this description, this acceleration per unit displacement. Displacement means displacement from mean position. So once we have the relation for omega, we can write relation for t. How can we write it? Can be written t is equal to twice pi upon omega. T is equal to twice pi upon this description. It is acceleration per unit displacement in the square root. Also, it can be written as t is equal to twice pi upon 1, and this omega is under root m upon k. K upon m we have adjusted in this way, or twice pi m upon k. Now the third relation or third quantity is frequency. Frequency can be denoted by f. It is equal to 1 upon t. It can be omega upon twice pi. This relation also can be easily written by using the omega. Frequency can be equal to under root acceleration per unit displacement upon twice pi. Its SI unit also, you know, it is the hertz. So these are terms which are related to oscillatory motion or simple harmonic motion. Now the fourth term or the next point in this chapter, actually it is the fourth term, is called as phase in SHM. This is also one concept in oscillation. This concept we have to continue in the mechanical waves or sound waves. There, in case of transverse waves as well as sound waves, we have to use the same concept of phase. Therefore, we have to give stress on this phase here. Phase in SHM, it represents the state of oscillation of the particle. State of oscillation of the particle performing SHM. Now, state of oscillation can be given in three ways. So, one is displacement of a particle at that instant, means the instant at which we are observing. Now the second one is direction of velocity of a particle at that instant. So you try to understand the description here. At that instant means the time at which we are observing. And third one is the oscillation number or number of oscillations completed. Oscillation number or number of oscillations. Sometimes the oscillations are 3 oscillation, 4 oscillation, 100 oscillation. Sometimes the oscillation is half oscillation, 1/4 oscillation, part of oscillation. So that represents oscillation number. So it is also at that instant. So when we observe the motion here, by considering say UCM as well as SHM here in relation with UCM, then we can give such description easily for the determination of state of oscillation, and then we can write phase in SHM. So here I can repeat, phase in SHM is the state of oscillation of particle of in SHM, and state of oscillation can be known by knowing displacement at that instant, direction of velocity at that instant, and oscillation, number of oscillations completed or the oscillation number at that instant. So here all these terms or all these descriptions we can give by the angle. That angle we have shown in the UCM and SHM figure. That angle we have described by omega t plus phi. So this is one quantity in SHM that can give us all these 3 points. Means it can be able to describe displacement, direction of velocity, as well as it can measure the number of oscillations completed. So this theta, which is omega t plus phi, it is representing the phase, or it is also called as phase angle. Phase angle gives us the idea of displacement, direction of velocity, and number of oscillations. Here omega t is angle, phi is angle, but phi we have taken for the reference position, which is initial position. Here this phi is called as initial phase. It can be described by many names here. It is also called as apo of SHM. It is also called as phase constant of SHM. So this is about the mathematical part of this phase angle, or simply a phase in SHM. So phase in SHM is state of oscillation. It can be described by, it can be known by displacement, direction, and number of oscillation, but represented by means of a angle theta omega t plus phi. Here phi is initial phase, phase constant or apo of SHM. Now this we have taken as description for state of oscillation, but we take some special cases or examples to know the state of oscillation or phase of SHM. So for that we consider the diagram which we have used for the representation of UCM and SHM here. The same diagram we use here, so that we can describe all these 3 quantities. So for that I can take one chart here, phase angle or phase, and here I write the first column as displacement, second column is for direction of velocity, third column here, third column for oscillation number. Oscillation number. So in this chart we write it like this. Suppose phase angle is 0 radian, means omega t plus phi is 0. Then what can we say here from this figure? The particle, reference particle is at y dash and m particle is at o, means displacement can be shown or it can be taken as the mean position. Then what can we say about the direction of velocity? It is towards positive, because particle is at O and it is moving in anti-clockwise, P is moving in anti-clockwise direction, therefore this M particle definitely going towards the positive. What are the number of oscillations? Here number of oscillation is equal to 0, but it is beginning of oscillation. We can call it as beginning of oscillation. Oscillation is not completed or not started, it is just started, it is beginning of oscillation. Now if the angle is pi radian, here means omega t is equal to pi radian. Pi radian means 180 degree. So what can you write for displacement? Pi radian, here we have to show the angle like this. This is omega t plus theta. Up to this it is pi by 2. Up to this it is 180 degree. So when p particle moves from y dash to x to y, here there is half oscillation completed. We write for oscillation, it is half oscillation. Direction of velocity we have to write for m, means particle in SHM. So here particle p started from here, it is at point y, here 180 degrees completed, half oscillation is completed, but particle m is performed the motion from O to x and again from x to O. Now it is going towards the negative. So for the velocity we can write its direction is towards negative and the particle is at mean position. But it is not stopped there, its motion is not stopped, but at that instant we can say that the particle is at mean position and direction of velocity is towards negative, half oscillation is completed. Now what can we write for the angle, say twice pi radian? For twice pi radian, this p particle has completed one complete revolution and m particle completed one oscillation. So one oscillation is completed and the particle return, p particle return at y dash, m particle return at O. So direction of velocity is again towards positive and particle is at mean position. We take one example of, say here suppose the angle is equal to 5 pi radian. 5 pi radian means here we can take the displacement of particle or motion of p particle. Say one revolution gives twice pi, second revolution gives 4 pi, and again one multiplied by pi we have to take, particle returns at y. So 2.5 oscillations are completed. Motion of direction of velocity is towards negative, particle is again at mean position. We take one angle which is different, say pi by 2 only, pi by 2 radian. means particle has moved this revolve from y dash to x. Only this much revolution is there. This angle is pi by 2, but the particle m is at position x, so it is at extreme position. Its displacement can be given by a, x is equal to a here. Direction of velocity, here it is returning towards the mean position. We can describe it as it is towards mean position, or it is negative. For velocity it can be taken as negative, and only 1/4 oscillation is completed. One complete half oscillation is not completed here. The oscillation is only 1/4 oscillation is completed. So such description we can give for the angle. So if we have angle, we have to, at a glance, we have to know all these 3 points. So if the angle is pi by 2, at a glance we have to know that only 1/4 oscillation is completed, negative direction for velocity, and particle is at extreme position. So for various angle you can try the descriptions like this, so that you can understand the point phase in SHM, because it is given in these 3 ways. Only 2 cannot describe the phase. Only 1 point in these 3 cannot describe the phase. All these 3 points simultaneously describe the phase in SHM, and it is given by the angle theta. Theta is equal to omega t plus phi, and it can have various values like 0 radian, pi by 2 radian, any value it can give. This is about various terms which are related to simple harmonic motion. But all these terms we have explained by considering the general expression for displacement of a particle performing SHM. And phase of SHM, for phase of SHM we must have to know the relation between SHM and UCM. So here actually in our syllabus the description between SHM, relation between SHM and UCM is deleted for this year, but for the study of phase we must have to consider this description, and also for the solution of MCQs, numericals also this description is useful. So today we stop here. Thank you.